going on, everybody? All right, so we're middle of January 2021 and getting ready to go do a little snaring. I'm gonna set a bait station this weekend for coyotes. But anyway, so start off with a piece of 1/16 wire cable, and 1x19 is what I like to use. A little stiffer seems to work better, and I cut it 5 feet. Then you go in. I got a little fishing box here with all my stuff in it. So then you go and you get a double ferrule, make your loop. Get that in there. You always want to leave a little bit of overhang just for good measure. And then swage that all the way across it. Now if you don't have a swager, you can always use a hammer and smash it down. I like to use a swager, it just tends to make it look a little better. There, put that aside. So now you got that swaged all the way down. It's nice and neat looking. So my snares aren't anything special. I use the senneker system. So I got a bunch of them all made up here. So this is what my snares consist of. It's like I say, it's Marty Senneker's system. So I got my collar, snare support collar, got my lock with teeth on it, S-hook breakaway, the Senneker spring trigger, and then the Senneker spring in a washer, and then an end stop. So I'll just show you right quick how I make mine. So we got the end made. Then you want to grab your lock. So I'm using just black locks. I don't know if you can see that or not, but they got teeth on them. Kind of hard to get that to focus. There, you can kind of see them there. Anyways, they got teeth on them. You gotta put your S-hook on it. So just feed your S-hook in there. Get yourself a pair of channel locks. And then squeeze that shut. And make sure you squeeze her all the way, so there's no chance of it being pulled out. If you're using channel locks, watch your fingers. So now we got that put together. Get your S-hook. So when you're building your snares, you put your snare support collar. Put that on, and you want to put it on so there's your loose end. You want to put with the big end first. This is basically the easier way to do it. If you're putting it on the small end first, it's a little harder. Anyway, you got it on backwards. So put it in big end first, then take your snare lock, feed your wire through the end of the snare first, and then into your S-hook. And you want to reach in here and grab one of your triggers. Your trigger is going to go on towards the end of the line, and you want to take one of your springs, feed your spring in, and you want to take your washer, put your washer in, then your end stop. And same thing, you want to leave a little bit extra just so there's no chance of it pulling out. Then you want to swage it. Say if you invest in a good swager, which one of these days I'm going to do that, it'll make your life a lot easier. So, all right, so now we got the whole whole snare assembled. So what you want to do, your loop is always going to be in between your S-hook and your lock. So you grab there and you start pulling out. That's going to make your loop. So when you get yourself your setters, we're just going to set this spring right quick, and I'll show you how I finish off my snares. Alright, so you got your trigger on. Now a good rule of thumb for your snares, if you can fit your hand in it, you're good to go. So what you want to do is the way your snare is going to want to naturally lay, which for me it's going to be just like that. So what you want to do is take this, keep it tight to the end of your cable, and then just give that a bend up. So what that's going to do is that's going to help set your loop. So that's going to give you a little bit of more of a curved edge. So you can see that cable, it's not too bad. There's one thing I do a little bit further. I got a nail up here on my board. So I take that and I rub that just lightly down the snare. And what that did is that rounded that out nice. So there you go, there's your snare. She's pretty well perfectly circled. So now when your coyote comes in, he hits that snare is going to fall right down. Then you got yourself a done dog. He's not going to last much longer. Regular snares put them down pretty quick, but you get that senneker spring on there, I tell you, that puts an awful thumping on them coyotes. Almost like hitting them with a body grip trap. Say, she's nothing too fancy. By no means did I invent the system. I just use it. I watched a video and watched Murdy's video, watched him how he done it, and liked it. Figured I'd try it, and it's worked good for me. And say I think that's snare number 27. So I got a few more before I get going and get ready to go. I got a whole bunch of them here. I like to put 30, 35 snares out over a bait, and then have another 15, 20 for standby. Yeah, so that's how I put together my snares. I'll give you an update once we get the bait station set and we start setting snares. Alright, see you later.